Welcome back, everybody. So today I'm going to show you my new melee healer build, the complete Flail. So as many of you know, I'm doing an Ironman, which means no trading with other players on the trade house. So as a result, this isn't a complete build, but I can sort of show you where I'm heading and what I've got right now, what's working, that kind of thing. So I was wondering about completing it first before posting it, but then I thought part of the fun is going to be able to make this build kind of like in progress and kind of show you things as I make it. So for example, I might try a new ring or new armor one week, and then I can sort of show you at the end of the week going, okay, I tried this was really good, or I tried this wasn't really good. But yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to do. So the melee healer build is definitely like a frontline healer. You're definitely not going to stay in the back lines. It's the kind of guy that gets up in the front lines, heals everyone around them, buffs everyone around them, and engages in melee combat. So the build will be shown, the build part of the video is going to be shown at this time, that you can see on the screen. But if you're actually interested in how, you know, the starting of this build and how I kind of got to where it is now, continue watching. And you can have these little fights. Here I've got like 2 people fighting me. This other guy's there, but he's doing sweet fuck all. The problem with the Flail is you can't really chase people down if they run away. But you can see I'm doing enough damage to them to make them want to run away. This guy, well, he's a noble soul. He sticks it out and fights, but managed to kill him. I'm really battling to pick a mount. I felt like with Father Camo, he kind of needs like a noble mount, like this white horse. So he got Jacinda, the leader of many horse and electoral races. But, you know, I really kind of deep down wanted a lion. So I got one similar to Jack's, because I thought it'd be quite cool to see 2 big fat lions running around. Yeah. So me and Jack are working on doing the faction quests, because the first step in the build chain is getting the faction gear, because it's 675 and it's got good traits on it, so I'm going to use that as my first starting point. So I'm working towards getting that now. Right, one of the things I decided to do is I need to be tankier, so I'm going to try out the featherweight artifact. So I come up here and start trying to get the artifact for myself. I bless some people to give them good luck. After 2 hours of coming back and trying to get this featherweight, I thought it was never going to drop the chest, and after 2 hours, there it is. Finally, blummin' get it. So now it's time to test this thing out. FYI, in case you don't know, it allows you to wear a heavy head and a heavy, like, arms. And that results in about a 10% reduction in damage, so yeah. Just to prove how long I was there, you can see down the left someone going, you still here. I finally get my stone cutting to 50, which is good because I really do need better gems. And I found it like the first 50 is a bit of a bottleneck, because once you hit 50, you climb up really quick. For example, by the time I was finished, I went from 50 to 70, 80. 80. Stone cutting 80. Alas, cooking is my priority, and I finally get myself to 100 cooking. So, like, it's coming along, That's a pretty big objective from the Ironman this week that I wanted to get to. I'm also running out of room in my storage, so I get myself a minor rune of holding and make myself a storage chest, which goes in the house right there. And as you can see, I'm still able to keep everything in one storage shed at the moment, which is a bit of a win. Yeah, I've been trying to find the perfect priestly look, and it's quite hard to find, but this is the look that I've gone for. And we had a vote on our Twitch stream, and then everyone said go for the white lion, because it's sort of like a holy noble animal, right? So it's quite good. I used the featherweight in my first OPR, got some good damage off. You can see there, I'm very good at supporting the damage and securing the kills, but still feeling quite squishy and light. So here, I want to be a frontline healer, like a melee healer. And at the moment, I'm still having to sort of, like, you can see here, I try to push in just to sort of help these guys out in the front. But I'm just taking way too much damage. So you kind of find yourself in that horrible middle ground where you have to sort of play as a backline, like a typical healer, backline healer. But with the flail, you don't have nearly as much escape possibilities as you would if I was running the rapier, you know? So things need to change with the build. Alright, I finally hand in one quest, and then I get myself to the next level. Wait, I can just jump over here. Right. Hey, come on, Lion, you can do it. Okay, so after finally defeating the Adjudicator Luca, I'm on the last level. Right, then I decided to go with my lazy ass and kill this, get all my traits unlocked for my featherweight chest piece, which I hadn't done up till this point. The rest was pretty easy. I just had to run around killing Angry Earth, which weren't exactly the hardest things to find. And then I killed the Corvids, and then I made the most epic joke of all time. But no one was there to hear it because no one was watching the stream. So I suggest you join so I don't have to make these jokes to no one. Okay, well, no one's here to hear this joke, but here it is anyway. So I'm hunting Corvids. And I'm on the worst one of all. Because it's COVID-19. Anyway, I finally got all the traits unlocked on my featherweight chest. Okay, if you remember from last week, old Jack Unbox is actually petrified of crocodiles and he screamed like a girl. And I'm afraid of heights, so I thought I better come and do the heights thing with the mic on. Hey! Oh, God. Fuck, shut up, shut up! Oh, yeah, I know where to go, though. It's less scary. Oh, and I've done it before, yeah, see, piece of piss. Okay, I'll try to get to the other thing, because I kind of knew exactly where to go there. Get out of my way. Oh no! Oh yeah! Oh Jesus Christ! Okay, I think we go here. Here. Oh no! Fucking don't keep walking. Yeah, it's when I don't know where I'm going. Oh my God! There's a fuck! I can see the aurora lights or whatever it's called. Oh God! I want to puke. Oh, see, I get scared and then I learn from my fears and I adapt. You just stay fear. You let fear rule you.
Should I leap down to where those alligators are?
You let fear rule you. See? Maybe if you're a little bit more committed into the fuck. What the fuck is that? Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that.
I'm gonna be dead, I think. I'm drowning.
Oh no, that wasn't. Oh shit! Are you drowning down there?
Nah, not here.
That's fair. That's fucking fair.
Oh, you're a dickhead. I'm gonna drown myself. What? 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 No, no, no. No, 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 no. No.
Get him! What are you doing me for?
Drown me, I wanna die.
Right after that fun, it's back to the grind. Okay. And I finally handed my last quest. I do my faction mission and kill all the nasty beasties. And after what was hours and hours of grinding, I finally hand in the quest to reach Paladin status. Then I go do the wall, and then I get this fucking epic ring, Hardy and Sacred. For an Ironman, that's pretty much BIS, so I was pretty stoked about that. But if that wasn't enough, I also get this bloody earring. The earring which has refreshing and refreshing toast. Right, the gear ain't cheap, but boy, it's good. Look, this Paladin life staff is refreshing, move, enchanted, and blessed. That's pretty damn good to start with. But it's a lot. For an Ironman, 15,000 gold is a lot of freaking gold, but I buy it. I get the heavy head to replace the light head that I've got. And I get the heavy gloves. So this is going to be like a 10% damage reduction by having those two heavy pieces on. And then I can only afford one more piece. So I buy the light armor pants. And then I find the best light boots that I've got, which are these. And because this is officially my kind of good gear now, I go and I get the best gems I can possibly make, which is just cut gems, and I put them into the armor. I mean, any little damage reduction is better than nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I make some tools, because it's finally time to get some steel tools, so I get my engineering to 50. I get plenty more iron, and then I just make the rest of my steel tools, so it's all good. So I 100% noticed the change in survivability. You can see here, I'm just getting shot at and I'm surviving pretty well. But I still couldn't really stand in the front lines, and with a lot of damage I'd still die. So I kind of think that I need maybe to go medium armor to get that extra tankiness, and I know that'll drop the heals by a little bit. But I think as a frontline healer, you're really just wanting to drop a lot of heals to help sustain. You're not necessarily going for like the big heals. And also, I think I need to use not single target heals like I'm using here, but actually like big AoE heals that I can just be dropping all over myself. If I was playing a backline healer with light armor, this would be absolutely perfect. But I'd really want to have the rapier. So I did my first M1 dungeon. Because I'm not really a PvEer, and it was so nerve-wracking, as you can see here. In this dungeon, I actually end up, it just ends up being me and the tank at the end. So I was either I did really well and survived when other people died, or I was a terrible healer and didn't keep them up. But it's going to take some practice. But one of the things I learned from the dungeon is I was going to do my mouse. When you're in a group, you can use your mouse to scroll between players, but I just found that so slow and clunky. I feel like targeting with the keys on my mouse is much better to hit the individual members, but my fingers, my muscle memory isn't there yet. So I want to do a few M1 Dynasty, because Dynasty's the current M1 dungeon, so I want to do a few of them, and then get used, so my fingers start getting that muscle memory in. Okay, so time to try this medium armor build out. So I go in, and I get on I put on a kite shield, because you get a lot of benefits from the, using a kite shield. So I chuck on the kite shield, and then I chuck on enough armor to push me as high up into medium as I can go. So I set up my life stuff, so it's all AoE skills. We're going to be going through these with the build stuff, so I'm not going to get too much into detail. FYI, clap was a really bad move. And then I come into an OPR, and it's time to test out how the medium armor goes. So I'm just pushing into those front line, being like, God damn it. This is how it went. So as you can see, guys, this has got good healing to keep people sustained in the front lines, really strong buffs and CCs, and actually does good enough damage to make sure you're keeping people on their back foot, you know what I mean? It was one of the most funnest melee playstyles. I just had so much fun. And so now we can get into that build. Okay, so here's the build video. We're going to go through it pretty quickly, and we're just going to have a look at the gear I'm using, the life stuff. Obviously, not everything's geared up as perfectly as it could be in the flail and shield. So we'll just go through the gear. So I'm using, for artifacts, I'm using the featherweight chest. So I'm going up to medium as well, as high as as close as I can go. So you'll want to have like a heavy head. I'm using the featherweight chest, which just allows me to use more heavy pieces, which ends up being a 10% damage reduction. And I'm also using heavy arms, and so that's going. And then I'm using the heavy legs and light feet, and then a kiting shield, because you get a lot of benefits from using the kiting shield. Okay, so I'm using the life stuff. Remember, this is an Ironman, so I'm basically using what I can find. But blessed and refreshing move are kind of the two best stats. So enchanted was pretty good too. Well, actually not that good, but it was a good stuff to be using right now, and it's 675. I got it from the faction vendor. Then I'm using Odo as my flail. I don't have the last trait yet because, as I said, I'm doing the Ironman. I need to get my armoring up to 250 before I can unlock that. So I'm using the Odo without that last trait. Obviously, if you can do it, then do it. Those are my traits. I'm using the faction gear for the heavy at 675. That actually, the faction gear isn't too bad as a starting set, so I would start off with that, and then we'll try to see what we can get to improve upon it. But it's refreshing, health, and enchanted wards are all good stats. As I said, I'm using the featherweight, which has got physical evasion, refreshing, but its main thing is that it allows me to use extra armor, which is like a 10% damage reduction. Faction gear for the heavy gloves, it's the same stats as the other stuff. Heavy, and then the heavy legs, this is the best I can find so far. I'm a bit poor, so I'm just trying to save up some money so I can buy my next faction legs. And then, so this set's very easy to get, obviously, because you just buy the faction gear. And then this is the enchanted ward, refreshing, and health, which is light footwear, also faction gear. So I found the best kite shield I could find, which sort of has terrible traits on it, but it's the best I could do. I mean, for example, accelerated resolve I'm not going to be using because I'm not using sword and shield. So I'm on the search for a better kite shield, but as I come across it, we'll try it out and then let you know how it's working. And then in terms of jewelry, it's the best jewelry I could find as well. So I've got this amulet. The main trait is that I'm really after there was health, but the frost protection is obviously pretty good, so that makes me more survivable. And then I've got the main traits that I was after was Hardy and Sacred, which I've got on this ring. So Bloodletting, is a nice trait, but it's also 693 gear score, so I was quite happy where I found that. And then, of course, the earring is refreshing toast, is what you want, so also happy when I found that. I run 200 con and the rest into focus, FYI. This is just the flail and shield tree. I'll let you have a look. I'm basically going for anything that's going to increase my survivability, that's going to buff my allies, and that's going to heal, all that kind of stuff. I've gone for, again, the big AoE skills. Now, don't do clap, okay? That's an absolutely terrible skill. I would probably go for Orb of Protection, which is in the Protector one, the left tree. But at the moment, I was using clap, so I'll keep it on just to show what I've been using. Obviously using Sacred, and so I'm just trying to pick all the AoE skills because I don't want to have to think about them. I just want to be able to dump them down. Well, thank you everybody who's come along. I hope you enjoyed the build video. Just bear in mind it is a work in progress, but it's already feeling pretty good. It's already feeling pretty good, and it's just such a unique playstyle. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you're enjoying the Ironman, and I will see you all again for the next episode, which will be very soon.